Hello, this is Vickery's Verdict, report by Mark Vickery from Broadhall Way, Stevenage against Newport County. The attendance was 2,673. Pre-match thoughts: County need to pick me up more than anything else, but we'll need to match Stevenage and hope quality shines through. Conditions: cold, breezy, bright, pitch in decent condition. Summing up our performance in one statement: lacking passion and never recovered from a poor first half. Turning point: Stevenage opening goal gave them the impetus and belief. County made a couple of changes, with Scott Bowden sacrificed to the bench and left back Scott Barrow injured. John Christoph returned from injury to partner Lalelle John Lewis up front, with Mehdi Alito left midfield and Tommy O'Sullivan slotting into the attacking midfield. County had a couple of bright early moves which were easily squashed by Stevenage, allowing them the confidence to push on. Stevenage made their intentions clear, attacking their right channel at every opportunity, with right back Henry prepared to push on in support. County were given a warning on 6 minutes when Henry found Pett and he evaded a challenge by Davis before swinging in a dangerous looking cross that Perrott met well first time, but Jones blocked well. County made efforts to push on using their right flank, but when they lost the ball they were left vulnerable, with Stevenage switching play quickly from left to right to find Pett. County failed to address the situation when they sat off the ball watching a Stevenage move on the right, and a low threaded pass found Pett. He raced past Davis and delivered a decent cross from the byline, which Day couldn't collect, and Mulroney got the important touch ahead of Holmes. Stevenage were boosted by the goal and continued to be more decisive outfit, with County 2 yards off the pace. On 15 minutes, another move down the right side by Stevenage produced a corner, and when Pett delivered deep, Wilkinson directed a good header into the 6-yard box, which ex-County striker Aaron O'Connor hooked over the bar. County were struggling to find any cohesion despite seeing the ball, and a lot of their moves were laboured and predictable. On 20 minutes, County had a decent opportunity from a direct kick out by keeper Day, which John Lewis did well to unsettle the defence. The ball sat up and he played a clever first time pass for Byrne, who had space to shoot from 20 yards, but his effort was blocked and John Lewis dragged the rebound wide of the left post. County constructed a couple of better moves inside the Stevenage half midway through the half, but the final ball lacked conviction, allowing Stevenage to respond from deep. On 30 minutes, Holmes was booked for checking Mulroney as he burst down the left channel, threatening to get in behind. Stevenage added to their corner count, with County not looking convincing, allowing the ball to drop far too easily in the area. On 33 minutes, Stevenage made the task harder when they worked the ball down the left channel, and with the County defence reluctant to press, they had time to work an opening. Perrott was the instigator, forcing his way into the area and have space to tee up an opportunity for O'Connor, and his deflected effort went into the top right corner. County made a tactical change soon after, with Donacien replacing Davis in what appeared to be a tactical change. On 43 minutes, County created their best chance of the half when they were efficient getting the ball to feet and not overplaying. From the left side of the area, Aina chipped a decent ball to the back post, which Alito anticipated, but he could only direct a back pass to the keeper, which gave little concern. County was sent out early for the second half, with O'Sullivan replaced by Bowden. County made a bright start to give some hope to perk up the travelling fans. On 48 minutes, another direct ball from deep by Donacien appeared to play havoc in the wind, and John Lewis did well to steal possession ahead of Wells. He caressed a good pass towards Byrne, who made a good supporting run inside the area, but curled an effort with the outside of his right foot wide from 14 yards wide of the left post. Stevenage were happy to sit back and absorb pressure, and this invited County to push on. On 53 minutes, County created a decent move from deep, with Byrne finding Rodman, who played a quick side pass to pick out the run of John Lewis on the right side of the area. He had options inside, but elected to shoot first time over the bar from 14 yards when he should have worked the keeper. County were most penetrative down the right side, but when they lost possession, Stevenage were quick to switch play to the opposite flank, testing a vulnerability County had defending their left side. On 58 minutes, Alita was booked for a clumsy challenge on Pett when he caught the wrong side, tracking back to defend. County adjusted, putting Aina wide left, with Alito playing in a more central position, which gave County a more stable balance. Stevenage were happy to play direct and overplayed several passes, which allowed County to mount some moves forward. On 65 minutes, Aina did well to forge down the left flank, beating Henry, and he clipped a decent ball to the back post, which Rodman stroked tamely at the keeper from 10 yards. County made a much needed change on 67 minutes, with Koulibaly replacing John Lewis. This injected some better movement and energy that was missing in County's game, and the match started to heat up when Mulroney was booked for a cynical challenge on Rodman, and he was about to exploit space down the middle. Stevenage had O'Connor booked for descent on 70 minutes, and he was immediately substituted by Kennedy. County kept plugging away, offering better conviction in the last 20 minutes, with the Stevenage approach play tailing off. County had a glimmer of a chance on 73 minutes when Byrne ghosted forward down the middle, but was wide with his hurried effort that curled wide of the left post from 18 yards. County worked some good situations down the flanks, with Rodman and Holmes involved on the right side, but the crosses provided were often lacking bite to trouble the Stevenage defence. County did create a more clear-cut chance on 78 minutes again from the right side, with Holmes this time finding a better cross to pinpoint Bowden, who teed up an opportunity for Koulibaly, who headed wide of the left post from 8 yards. County got their reward for perseverance on 87 minutes when Alito did well to anticipate a deflection down the left side of the area, and his deft cross was seized upon by Rodman, who volleyed home from 10 yards despite the attention of Henry on the line. Stevenage made a change immediately after, with Gorman coming on for Lua. County kept pressing in the 6 minutes of injury time, but left themselves vulnerable to the counter, with defender Damon Jones pushed up front. County had a couple of efforts from distance, with Aina blasting over the bar from distance, but Stevenage held on for a deserved win. Player ratings: Day 6 didn't really assert his authority dealing with crosses and was happy to sit on his line. Kicking was a little erratic first half under pressure, but safe hands. Holmes 6 appeared indecisive in the first half, but did better second half despite his booking, and at the heart of some of the better moves late on in the game. Davis 4 did alright in the air, but lax with his marking, allowing cheap crosses and not other races in the early stages before being replaced by Danasien 6. Did well in the aerial duels and improved his distribution today when he got the ball from under his feet. Jones 6 competed well, but looked a yard short in his sharpness, and although reading of the game was okay, he lost possession in some dangerous areas. Hughes 5 made some tackles to avert danger they had down the right, but stood off watching and failed to stifle play across the box, which was costly. Rodman 6 offered usual running and endeavour with ball at feet, but disappointed end product. Had the best chances when he made late runs into the area. Byrne 6 had spells where he took control and was bold with some of his runs down the middle, spurring a couple of half chances with the outside of his right foot. Alito 4 mind elsewhere on times, should have been replaced at half time, and despite setting up the goal, he didn't do enough with his defending and application. O'Sullivan 5 ran into several dead ends and way off the standard he produced when he arrived on loan. Failed to get a decent shot in before being replaced by Bowden 6 did well to hold the ball deeper inside the area and set up some chances with his guile and awareness inside the area, but restricted on chances. John Lewis 6 was made to look poor on times, being left isolated first half and lost possession far too cheaply. Had a couple of rash shots from distance. Aina 5 was anonymous first half and did better when he went to the left channel to find space. Kept at arm's length with ambitious shots from the edge of the area. SWOT analysis of the opponent's strengths. They were prepared to put in a shift and worked hard off the ball to deny County space. Worked the right channel well first half, providing decent crosses. Weaknesses. Central defenders lacked mobility when turned and offered quite a lot of space on the flanks, which sides with better quality would have punished. Opportunities. They gambled on flooding men on the right flank first half and played deeper after the break, happy to absorb pressure with defensive tactics. Threats. Pet crosses right side. Perrott offered plenty of energy box to box, and Wilkinson headers from set pieces. Officials. I. Williamson 8. Got key decisions spot on, kept up well with the play, and was prepared to let the game flow. Man of the match. Tom Pett, Stevenage number 11. Offered their energy and rare bits of quality with crosses in a poor game, being at the heart of both their goals. If you were Warren Feeney, what would you do? Both sides today were in the same predicament, being safe from relegation, if not on paper, but what Stevenage did with their work ethic and organisation was enough. County were lacking heart and work rate, especially off the ball, to match the hosts, particularly in the early stages, and it proved costly with several players 2 yards off the pace. County were in disarray in the first half, and their lax defending down the left channel proved costly. Stevenage applied pressure early on, and County failed to heed the warning with Alito and Davis on different wavelengths. Ball watching, unprepared to make an honest tackle and track runners. The defending in general was poor and not up to League 2 standard, with Stevenage doing enough by half time to win the game. County offered little reaction after conceding, and if anything went further into their shell before making changes to improve their threat in the final third late on. It was all a little too late for County, and the score was somewhat flattering. If County had to salvage anything in their final 4 matches, they will need to collectively play better and put some pride and passion back into their performances. Oxford will be smarting after their defeat today when they visit on Tuesday, so the least County can do is put the wrongs right and give some of the fans who travelled today some recompense. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you liked Vickery's verdict. Stevenage against Newport County, and I'll see you on the next review. Thank you very much.